Just talk about it.
Okay.
Hello. Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here. Thanks for coming. If you guys ask good questions, I will answer honestly.
How cool is it though to doing what you do now that you can now you can see an audience that you affect, like you're an actor, you're behind the camera, in front of the camera, you don't really see the people you reach every day, but now you come to these shows and like, look at this has got to be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really, really cool. It's
Overwhelming a little bit sometimes.
Well, it is sometimes, and particularly now. I've been doing cons now for like 3.5 years. And it's pretty great. It's like a really interesting way to get to know fans and to hear, to really interact with how people are perceiving the work that we do. And I love it. I love hearing from you guys and hearing what you think and hearing all your gripes and complaints and but more than that, just seeing what you really thought and to meet the fans who are really interested in what we do. I love it.
How did you come to be involved with Guardians of the Galaxy? I know you had a guy on the inside. You knew a guy.
Yeah, I knew a guy. Yeah, and I had been acting professionally, for over 20 years now. And so when Guardians came around, I'd already done Gilmore Girls and was. See, I told you.
You did tell me.
I had been, I'd been acting for a while. My brother had been on his own course, and we always worked together when we could. But we also, our careers went in a different path at times. And so then when he was hired to do Guardians, and he knew it was such this massive job that, he went from directing a $4 million movie to a, $180 million movie or whatever it was. I don't know, whatever it was. Whatever the official word was, I swear that's how much they spent. And so, he has this massive job and he wants people that he's worked with and trusted. And so he brought me in to do a couple of different things on that first movie. And I was really happy to be there and happy to be there to support him and to do whatever I could to make that movie as good as it could possibly be, because I knew he was the right guy for the job. And then that's just escalated, and now I'm, several movies in, and I'm up there in the, Marvel did their 10-year photo for GQ and with all the people, and they invited me to be there, and I really felt like part of the family, and it's been a hell of a trip.
That's amazing, man. That's very cool. And we were talking about this a little earlier. Of course, not only do you play Kraglin, you also are a Rocket as well.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
And for the Guardians cast, they got used to seeing you as Rocket, squatting down or kneeling down. But when you went over to do Infinity War, was there any surprise looks you got? I know you did some stuff with Hemsworth. How did he take it?
Yeah, it was always interesting to work with an actor for the first time because, I look pretty freakish when I'm playing Rocket. I'm very limber, and I actually get down, and my job for each take, as I see it, is to get my eyes to where Rocket's eyes are. So I spend a lot of time on the ground, and I spend a lot of time squatting, and a lot of times moving in the squat position. So when other actors haven't seen it before, the Guardians are used to it. So, Chris and Zoe and Dave, they're like, oh, that's Sean. We've worked with him a ton. But, working with Chris Hemsworth for the first time and having him be like, wow, you really do that. You really get down and do it, was cool. And then he was great when I would work with new people. Chris would be like, oh, yeah, no, you gotta see how this guy works. It's really weird. But it was cool. Yeah, people flip out on it a little bit the first time they see it.
I thought it was fascinating too. We're talking about the scene. I know it's not too much of a spoiler if you haven't seen it yet, but there's the scene with you got Winter Soldier and Rocket, and and he's spinning you around, but you're actually still in that scene.
Yeah, we shot that. And it's like I said, I'm always looking to get my eyes to where Rocket's eyes are. So that reference take. Now, you got to understand, like, yeah, we shot that, but it's, when you're shooting with CGI, there's so many different ways that you have to shoot something. So even when I'm in a take, I'm usually only in there for 1 or 2 good shots as reference, and then I step behind the camera and do the lines, from just behind the camera for the other actors, but they're looking then at something that's blank. But they've already had the reference, so they know where the actor is and they know where the eyes are and things like that. And so for a take like that, I'm sure he had, many different ways that he had to shoot that take. But one of them was for Rocket's face and what Rocket's doing. And in that take, that's just me spinning right along with him. And I don't, I'm tall enough that I could just also be standing. So I'm sure that's pretty funny looking. But yeah, that's Sebastian with his hand out and me out there in front of him, and we're spinning around, but it's definitely strange. But yeah, we shoot pretty much every single thing that Rocket does. We shoot in case we need it. Some of it we don't use, the visual effects team doesn't use, but a lot of it they do. And so it's yeah, we shoot all of it.
Yeah, and of course also you're involved because you played Kraglin as well, which is very cool.
Yeah.
And in the first Guardians, I feel he didn't get enough screen time, but I feel like we corrected that in the sequel. Is that right?
Well, I don't look at it quite like that, but I just
no.
in the
you're so humble and nice. But let's be real.
It was in the second movie. Kraglin gets a bit of an arc. He has his character has a change that needs to be made. So I think it's really cool when you get a lot more to do like that. I mean, that's why I do what I do, is because it's fun to play those, to really explore and to see what makes a character tick. So yeah, in the first movie, and I mentioned this to you earlier, Tanner, that in the first movie, I felt like I still wasn't really sure exactly who Kraglin was, because we were working it out. Because when you have a character like that he's not background, but he also isn't, he's not a principal character. So really, the function of that character is texture more than anything else. So you can cut to him when you need something to be funny or more menacing or whatever it is that you need for that particular take. So we did a whole lot of different type stuff with Kraglin. We had him be a little bit more of a maniac, a little bit more of a goofball, and we did a whole lot of Kraglin repeating what Yondu had just said, which really only makes its way into the film when he says Captain's got to teach stuff. But we had done a lot of takes of Kraglin being, repeating what Yondu said. And it wasn't really until I saw how they put that character together in the first movie that I realized who that character was, because he was more of a, he was more on the outskirts, and I didn't really get exactly everything that was going on with him. And then when I saw it put together, I'm like, okay, I get it. I see where he's coming from, and I see where his loyalties are, which is just, really a wonderful way to be able to approach a character. Then in the second movie, when I have so much more to do, I have this foundation of where he's come from and how the character's been built, and it was, it was pretty cool.
Very cool. And I know we do have a lot of audience questions out there. There's a lot of fans here. So we do have a mic over here on the side. So we can get you, maybe get you start lining up over here on the mic. But before we do, I know there's a lot of people that are wondering what's coming with the next Avengers film as far as spoilers go. So if this is your time to please tell us everything, and
yeah,
just anything you'd like to divulge. And it's a very safe room. No one's filming anything, right?
Right, of course. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
This is...
So Avengers 4 starts. We open on... Wow. No, I can't tell you anything. I can't even tell you who I worked with in the next one. I can tell you I worked with new people.
Yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of
I know, even that.
That's a little bit, because you're like trying to figure it out, right? That's new people, so that's not Thor. That's not Sebastian Stan. Okay.
I can't say too much. I can tell you that I'd love it. I think that from my money... we don't see all of the script. We, most of us just get our scenes for the Avengers movies. Although Joe and Anthony kind of fill in the gaps as needed, and so I know for the most part I get to know what the plot is of both movies, but then I still get to see it like a fan for the first time when I go in and go to the premiere or whatever. And I can just tell you that from what I worked on, I love the second movie even more than the first of the Infinity War movies. I just think it's really, really cool. And I'm very, very excited for an audience to finally see it, even though it's still a little ways away. But
Just please tell me we're not going to find out that like Thanos and Tony Stark's mothers are both named Martha, and then it's all like that's not like please.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
If that's how they settle this, I'm going to be so upset. All right, do we have any audience questions at all? Because there's anyone at the mic? No. Wow.
Just stand up.
No one has anything.
Too, if you want to. Just ask. Who cares? You don't need to go to the mic.
Okay,
what do you got?
go ahead.
I'll repeat the question.
Thanos did not kill Kraglin.
I can't comment on that, but I think I can say that you will have an answer to that question, one way or the other. That'll be answered.
Okay, cool. Let's go over to you.
Okay, so you play two different characters. Did you get paid twice?
Yeah, did you get paid? That's a good question. Are you guys? Can you guys hear it in the back? Okay, you can. Do you need me to repeat it? Or are you good? Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, I can't answer too many questions about that, but I think that when I negotiate with I think it's taken into all the work I do is taken into consideration. I think let's put it that way.
Having your brother being who he is on set, did you find you got like preferential treatment a lot? You got like a special dressing
hell
room?
no.
No one messed with you?
Hell
no one messed with you? You're like, that's James' brother.
Preferential
Don't touch him.
Well, I don't know. No, I don't think. One of the cool things about Guardians is that like we're really tight knit, that cast, and it is a lot of fun to make those movies. It's a lot of work. It's not like crazy funny all the time. Like we always have tons of stuff to do. Oh, good Lord.
What's up?
Do you have a question, sir?
I got one. You want me to do stereo? What's up?
Michael Rooker, everybody.
We're good. I'm good. What's up, y'all? What is it?
You have any questions about acting technique?
Okay, what's up? What's the question?
Well, he was just telling us all the dirty secrets about you.
There's
on
no
set.
dirty secrets.
There's no secrets.
I was just asked if I got preferential treatment.
Yes.
Because I was the
You
director's
totally got
brother.
preferential treatment, didn't you?
Oh, like hell.
Do
I
it
did.
again. Sean, do it again.
Yeah, that's
Act
preferential.
harder, Sean. Did he ever give you the act harder routine? Rooker, act harder.
Act harder. Act better.
God.
How cool
He
is
does
it-
do that to you sometimes. Rooker, do it better.
Do it better. Yeah, Rooker, act harder. That's all I got. Act harder. Again. He'd like to do 20 takes, dude.
And you guys had so many awesome scenes together on these films, man.
Yes, we did.
How cool? Like, how did you develop this chemistry? Did you guys hang out a lot?
We don't
You know,
have chemistry.
There's a little bit of chemistry.
There's no chemistry.
But you guys feel like you
There
guys
was nothing chemistry. Nothing was there.
I get
he gave
paid-
me nothing.
I get paid to pretend like we have chemistry.
Yeah, dude, that's not chemistry.
there's
That's
tension.
like what was it if it's not chemistry? It's not chemistry. What was it?
I don't
It's
know.
like we want a payday, so we have to do this scene together.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about this earlier, Sean. When you first found out if you have not seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
Too late.
It's too late. When you first found out about the fate of poor Yondu,
Spoilers coming up.
what was?
Don't be calling Yondu poor.
What is I'm poor because the situation?
I was rich.
I mean, well, the unlucky Yondu.
Poor little Yondu. Had to get all burned up in the end, turn into an arrow and shoot out into space.
It was sad.
It is
What was
sad.
your reaction when you guys found out this
It's
is?
very sad.
I
It's
don't
a
know
sad
what the
moment.
reaction was. I was sleeping during the scene.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have there is somewhere on camera. There's a take of the funeral scene at the end Yes, where Rooker starts snoring while we're talking over him.
Yeah, Chris Pratt's dialogue was so exciting for me. Oh my God. James Gunn worked us so damn hard, everyone, that the moment you get an opportunity to rest, just an inkling, you take it, even during a take.
Yeah.
Question too. The I'm Mary Poppins y'all line. Where'd that come from?
It was from the script.
Was it from the script?
Yeah, but I made it better.
Just you added the y'all in there, or what happened?
I had whatever I can add. A breath, a sniff,
amazing.
Whatever. A scratch. That's what we do, we actors. I mean, we make it look like it's, first time.
So was there even a Yondu character, or was it just you painted blue?
What are you talking about, boy?
I feel like, having done this with you a couple times now, I'm starting to wonder where the line between Yondu and Michael Rooker lies.
There is no line.
There is no line, is there?
No, there is no line. I envelop my roles.
It's true.
There's no, distinction. You get a little bit of everything. You get, I take what's on the script, and I use it, and then I use whatever that's inside me. So that's all.
Amazing. Well, we have I know we have more audience questions. We should probably get back to them. So let's go to you first, over there.
We don't play jokes, man. This is serious shit. I mean, there was no jokes, and nobody was funny. I'm a funny guy, but I can't even laugh at my stuff.
I like how you're still doing the stereo thing, by the way.
Was I?
Yeah.
This is not really stereo anymore. It's like sort of off. Depends.
Surrounds Michael.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Stereo? Is it really stereo?
No.
Or is it Memorex?
All right, we had a question over here.
Showing your age there with that one.
Right there.
Dude, I know. Memorex? Are you serious? Do they still exist?
Yeah.
Do they?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
How old are you, dude?
I'm 28.
Oh, shut up.
I know, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Question next.
Yeah, right there. This
How
guy over
about
here.
that?
Yes.
I'm all for the glorious one. Yeah, although it almost knocked me out several times. I forgot it was there. It's 8 inches higher and about 2 inches beyond my nose. So it was quite the apparatus to be wearing on your top of your head.
What do you guys think? Does anybody prefer?
Who do you prefer, the short-
smaller fin, or do you guys all prefer the larger fin?
I think size matters, guys.
That's fair. I like it too. I like the bigger one too.
I like the bigger one. I like the bigger one.
Was there another design before they settled on that guy? Did you have to go through a couple fittings on different fins, or how'd that work out? They always have the idea to do that one?
Yeah, the short one was in the beginning was because the spaceship was already made, and it was too short to have the tall one. So there was no way I could get in and out and walk around in the spaceship with the tall one. So they made it short. At least that's the story I was told. I'm
Very
sticking
cool.
to it.
All right, we update the Wikipedia page, I guess, guys. All right, we had a question. Let's go over here. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, over here in the back.
Right? Sounds good, right? You have to use your imagination.
Yeah.
No.
We all told Rooker that was the sound that was going into the movie, and he believed us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did a little bit of that whistling. They made it sound more alien-like and that kind of stuff. But yes, sir. Sean, what did I do to mentally prepare for Yondu?
What did you do?
Sean answers this question better than I get this question a lot. I always refer to Sean. Go ahead. What did I do? I forgot.
Besides sleeping?
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. Yeah. I sleep. I prepare by sleeping. I can go to sleep anywhere, anytime, within a minute or two. And that's how I prepare. I sleep for about 5 minutes before the scene, and I wake up and do the scene.
That's why you always look so fresh.
I'm always fresh. You know, you've heard of cat naps, have you?
Yes.
I do little bulldog naps. You know, stuff like that.
If you could probably fall asleep during this panel. We might not
I
even
could,
know.
dude. I have fallen asleep during panels before in the past.
Yes, he has.
Yes. Yeah, the sunglasses is for seeing. They're prescription, so if I take them off, it's hard for me to see y'all. I can't see you. Yes, honey.
All right, good question
Go
right
ahead.
there. Oh, just wait. We got a question.
What the hell is that shit all about? You can't just wave. What are you, like a 6-month-old? That means you got a question.
No question. Yeah, someone
No
behind
question?
though. No.
If you wave again, you better ask a question. Yes,
waving.
honey, go ahead. Perfect.
Whoa,
I'm still alive?
you're still alive.
alive. Yeah, what is
I try to stay out of the business of where is the character going to
yeah,
go.
we don't give
You know
a
what I mean?
shit where the characters
I mean that
go.
sincerely. Like,
As
it's
long as they
like-
pay us, right?
Well, that's certainly true. No, it's like I feel like
Get out of the
you
way.
let the storytellers do their thing, and then you step in. So, like right now, the story's being put together. They're figuring out what the story for the third movie is going to be, and when they're ready, they'll share that with me.
Yeah,
I hope I'm in there. That's
Sure.
all I can tell you. You know.
They just didn't know how to end the movie, so they added Kraglin with the arrow. They're like, what are we gonna do? Oh my God! Okay, hey, how about Kraglin? Yeah. No, they had the arrow hitting him in the ass, didn't they? In the heart or in the ass.
Yeah,
I read a version that had him getting it stuck in his butt, his cheek, his butt cheek. I thought it was very funny, actually.
There you go.
All right, you got a question for a while over here. Let's go to you.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how it feels to be an international sex symbol.
Yeah. It's amazing. I can't go anywhere, and I'm looking sexy in the mirrors and stuff. And it's kind of interesting. Yeah.
What's that?
What's it like?
Just that same
being
question for Sean.
Almost as sexy as Yondu.
It's hard. It's hard being this good looking, isn't it, Rooker?
Oh my God! We get better looking each day. That's from a song y'all know, right? Y'all know that song? Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble. You know that song, right? Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror, 'cause I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, 'cause I'm doing the best that I can. 2, 3, 4. And then it does it again. I don't know why.
I like that. I wish I'd been filming that one.
All right, Sean, you're up. What do you got for us?
Oh, God. No, I'm not going to sing for you today.
Happy birthday. You know.
It's always a safe bet. All right, let's go over to you.
What? Putt with Norman? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's another show that he's going to do. It's called Putt with Norman. And we're on Vespas.
I thought it was a miniature golf show.
Yeah, miniature golf on Vespas. Who knows? It's a fun show. Have you seen it? Do you like it? Yeah, it's very successful, and I've been trying to get on it for a while, but my schedule isn't very conducive to doing stuff right now because I'm here with you. Otherwise, I could have been on something like that. How about that person way in the back over there? Hey,
Sure,
hi,
yeah, let's do
baby.
that.
Why don't you stand up so we can see you and tell us what you want to know? Who's your favorite person to work with in Marvel? I would say Mike.
Dave.
And Dave. And Bob. But he's not with Marvel, he's with Disney.
Gosh.
Those are our three favorite. I'm with him. I mean, we love those guys. They're the best. They're the best.
Marvel's a great place to work, and the movie, like
Everybody's
I gotta
cool.
say, I know, particularly in the Guardians movies, like there's not a lot of egos on set, and
No, never any egos.
well, but no, yeah, it really isn't. It's not the kind of it's some work environments can be really tricky, but I've honestly only had good experiences on the Marvel movies.
Yep.
Amazing. We had a question on this side, on the front here. Yeah, go ahead. Yep, go ahead. Were you involved in Slither?
No, I wasn't. I was shooting Gilmore Girls at the time, and so I was not able to be able to do anything in Slither. And even if I had been able, I'm not sure if I would have been able, based on the Canadian work laws or whatever. But so I don't know. I don't know if I would have been in it or not, but I wasn't available, so no.
That's
No.
right. We did that over in Vancouver.
Rooker, were you involved in the movie Slither?
No. I tried to be uninvolved as much as possible in James Gunn movies. Because he loves torturing me. Because he knows that I'm very appealing and handsome and stuff. And he needs that for some of his movies. He needs to have someone a bit more prettier than Chris Pratt and stuff like that. And Zoe and yeah.
I can tell you that my brothers said that it was working on Slither, and he'd always been the hugest fan of Rookers before he met him. I don't know. You'd have to ask him now.
I have no idea why.
But,
No, this is
but
true.
yeah, no, he was a huge fan of Michael's as an actor, and really wanted him all along to play the lead in Slither. And then after work, like this dude put in such insanely long hours of makeup and just hellish conditions on that movie that, like, he just knew this guy never complains, never says a bad word about doing it, and it's like you're dealing with a real pro there. And I think my brother knew then that he was stuck with Rooker forever.
I have a very high pain threshold, and so Slither was a 7.5-hour makeup, and it ended up being a makeup that was quite very painful kind of piece to be involved with, and because there are puppeteers and people working with you at the same time you're in this apparatus, and they're making these tentacles turn on your head, which of course is like giving you whiplash every time they do it, and it was not a fun makeup, and to say the least. And the house monster, do you remember the house monster? There were several other entities, other actors involved in that makeup, and I was the centerpiece. And every time someone would sneeze or lean one way or the other way, it would pull on my neck and push and pull. It was just excruciating stuff, and we did that. That scene took forever, by the way, and you know, it just it's not always fun and games, you know, and sometimes you're in the makeup. It's harder to get out of the makeup than to just stay in the makeup and get it over with. And so I made the choice to just, dude, I'm just here. Let's get it done and get it over with and make sure we do it right. And that's and he likes that. He likes that attitude. He likes someone that's willing to risk their life.
Yeah, and there's certainly never anything wrong with saying, "Oh God, this is uncomfortable.
Right,
Like
right.
I can't do it anymore. This is too difficult."
Yeah.
But you sure as hell appreciate it when somebody goes above and beyond and is just like, they never complain. It's awesome.
It was nuts. It was fun. It was fun, demanding, and crazy, all wrapped in one. And it was his first kind of big movie.
Yeah, for sure.
And he did a great job. And so you know, you got good writing, you got a good director. You want to give all you got. And so I'm always an all-in-one kind of guy. I'm in for the long haul, and so it doesn't matter. A little pain doesn't hurt me that much. So I'll pay the price later in life. Nerve damage.
All right, you
Yeah,
had
good question though.
You had a question for a while, but let's go to you. Yep, go ahead.
Well, I would say probably a trip to Florida. You know, hang out on the beach, relax, listening to the waves.
That's nice.
You know, my little pina colada. You know.
That sounds
whatever.
delightful.
Not die would be good.
Oh, I could be dead.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right, questions. We have some over
Come
here.
on.
I saw in the back
Go
corner.
ahead.
All right, go
How
ahead.
about you, sir?
Guardians 3, Yondu and Key West. Wait.
Oh, that's right. You had two questions. Okay, refer to just one question from now on. Go ahead, Sean. What?
You know, Kraglin's voice, I knew that in terms of dialect, I knew that that my brother wanted him to have a, you know, sort of a Southern type dialect to match Rooker and to sort of be part of that whole. And then beyond that, having those fake teeth in there, my voice naturally got deeper
That
than
was really hard.
than
wasn't
I
it?
imagined. Yeah, it really is in a lot of ways, and he can tell you. It's like, in some ways, that's the toughest thing about acting those roles, is doing the...
Sorry, Sean.
No, I don't care. But having the teeth in affects your diction and... The end. Yeah.
Yeah. The teeth were. You get a lot of issues. Sometimes acting, you got wardrobe that's issues,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's you know, contacts or fake teeth.
Yeah.
Or any kind of apparatus that they're adding on to the actor can affect the work, affect you, which affects the work. So
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this on
Yes.
set. It's like I'm having issues with my vocal quality. It doesn't sound clear to me. I'm gonna have to. This whole stupid movie is gonna have to be done in voiceover, ADR studio, because it just doesn't sound natural and real. Because you got this mouthful of fake plastic teeth shit in your mouth, dude.
Yeah.
And so you got to find a way to make it work. I mean, I had to find a way to make it whistle. I couldn't whistle anymore with the teeth in. I had to. So I went back and I said to the guys, like, dude, you got to help me make these things, make them thinner, make them, put some airspace in there so the air can escape in a natural way so it doesn't get blocked as you're speaking or whistling. And did you do some more?
Yeah, I made
some
sure
tweaking?
they did some. They did mine a couple of times for the second movie because because I struggled with him a little bit in the first movie, and so I made sure that I was like, I want to make sure I have these things made and done 6 weeks out before we start shooting, so that I can work with them and actually like speak in them and get a feel for diction with the extra, with the extra stuff in my mouth.
Yeah, man, that's a good question because that was really difficult for everybody. Every actor on that set with fake teeth had issues. Not that there's anything wrong with the teeth. It's just they do them and then they have to. You got to take time and you have to adjust. And when you get to the point that they're just about to break, that's when they're good. When they're really thin, you get them to paper thin, and and it works better that way.
Amazing. Well, you guys, time flies. The thing is, we have time for one more question.
No, no
more,
way. Dude, I'm not doing one more question. I'm sorry. That promoter don't know what he's talking about.
Yep.
We're doing a few more questions.
We're gonna do a lightning round.
You want a question? You want one? Oh my God, you're so handsome. How'd you get to be so handsome? Go ahead. Well, I tell you, me and Sean, we primp all the time. I mean, you took a photo of me primping the other day.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shot. Okay, go ahead. What's your answer? Question. Here. You give me the question, and Sean will give you the answer. Go ahead. Don't grab it. Sorry.
If Merle was still on The Walking Dead, do you think he'd be with...
Yes, he would. Who's got a question? Come on. Get it. How about it, Mama? You got a question?
Hi.
Hi. I wish.
Okay, it's more of a what if. Kirk from Gilmore Girls, Merle from Walking Dead in a buddy cop show.
Absolutely.
I'm in.
Marry, bang, kill the Chris's.
What?
Marry, romance, kill the Chris's from.
What the hell does that mean? I don't even know. Is that a question?
Can't
Do
I
you know
marry
what that
them
means?
all?
Go ahead, baby.
Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel?
No.
It's a question for Sean.
Go for it.
Okay, how many takes did it make you take?
What? How many what?
Takes for the end of Volume 2 when Yondu's ravaged your funeral and you had to do the chest?
How many takes?
Not many. 2, I think, actually.
2 takes.
Before you made it big, what jobs did you have?
Hey, dude, actors have all kinds of jobs.
I used to busboy and
A busboy?
yeah.
I sold Fuller Brush when I
I
was
was a
like
host
15.
in a restaurant. I wasn't good at anything.
I was a lifeguard for 3 years. I wanted to be a Marine, joined the Marines out of high school, got kicked out, something to do with my head.
Would there ever be a Yondu prequel?
Dude, you're asking the wrong person. Sean?
Write that movie.
Ask
yeah,
Sean.
let's try to
Sean's
get
got
that
the
one
answer to
made.
that one.
Let's try to get
Do
that
you
one
wish
made.
they hadn't taken off Merle's arm?
No. You know what? It's my dream come true to have a knife hand. How about one more? You got it? It's got to be a good one. All right, we got
Yeah,
it? One
what do
more
you
is
got?
good?
We can do one
Okay.
more. Let's do one more.
1, 2, 3, go.
Since both of you have done both TV and film, which do you prefer?
Oh, good question. What do you prefer? I got my
Whatever.
standard answer. Should I give you my
Whichever
standard
pays
answer?
more.
The one that pays the most.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
I love TV.
Thank you,
Make
everybody.
some noise for Sean Gunn and Michael Rooker, everyone.
Hey, by the way, everyone, Sean and I will be at our tables about 5 minutes after this, so get your asses out there and bring your money.
Thank you for watching the Convention Junkies coverage of the 2018 Niagara Falls Comic Con. Please like, comment and subscribe to see more, and let us know below what you think of this video. If you would like to help us with future projects, please visit our Patreon page.